What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today's video, we're going to be jumping back into another Bloons Tower Defense 6 tier list. And for today's tier list, we are going to be taking a look at the heroes. I know I've done a hero tier list in the past, but that one was for chimps. So this is just going to be a tier list discussing the best heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Alright guys, and here we are with the tier list. Now one thing I will do is I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys would like to make your own version of the tier list, because I guarantee there's going to be a couple of different opinions out there for what you guys believe the best hero in Bloons Tower Defense 6 will actually be. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the tier list. So the first hero that we're going to be starting off with is we're going to be starting off with Zilli. Now, Zilli is one of those heroes that isn't used a lot because like she doesn't buff towers, she eats your lives, and she's best for going to like super high rounds, like round 200 plus, round 300 plus, because she is one of the only heroes that does a percentage based damage. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Zilli a B tier. Simply because on top of doing percentage based damage, she also has the ability to see camo balloons as soon as you place her down. So Zilli in my mind is one of the better heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6 because there isn't a single balloon that can stop her. Next hero that we're going to look at is going to be Benjamin. So I know in my previous tier list I kind of placed Benjamin a little bit lower, but since I've been playing modded Bloons Tower Defense 6 and I've been using Benjamin a lot, I'm starting to like him more and more because the amount of extra money that Benjamin can make you in any game mode is just insane, guys. Like, and then on top of that, before round 40, if you're gonna place down, he does get the Trojan ability, which will pretty much annihilate a blue Moab as soon as it's popped. So I kind of changed my mind of where I want to place Ben, and I'm not going to place him as an S tier. I don't think he belongs in S tier, but I definitely believe he deserves an A tier position in Bloons Tower Defense 6. The next hero that we're going to take a look at is going to be Etienne. Etienne, in my opinion, is one of the best support towers in Bloons Tower Defense 6 because it doesn't matter where the towers are on the field. If you get Etienne at some point, she will get the ability to give all of your towers camo detection, which on maps like muddy puddles, bloody puddles, hashtag ouch, quad, this is a very OP power to actually have. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. I was gonna stick Etienne under a B tier, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick him under an A tier because the more I talk about him, the more I'm like, all right, this boy deserves a little bit of a higher placement. Next hero we're gonna get into is Admiral Breakout. Now, you guys may disagree with me here, but I'm gonna give Breakout a little bit of a lower rank because yes, she does work extremely well with monkey subs. She is good on a couple of higher tier maps, but when it comes down to it, she just isn't a strong power. Like if you were to put Admiral Breakout up against like easy mode or medium modes, she just isn't the towers isn't the heroes that you guys want to go with. So that being said, I have to give Breakout a C tier tower. The only reason why I'm not putting her under D tier is because you can pair her with the monkey subs, and it ends up being pretty strong. But it is highly based on her up. Next tower that we're gonna look at is Fusty. Now he's just a tower that I really don't use too much because I know he's much similar to Breakout in buffing towers, increasing their attack speed. Fusty is really good to use with Attack Zone, another really good tower in Bloons Tower Defense 6. But guys, when it comes down to it, Fusty he's kind of limited. Like you don't want to use him on every single map. He's only good with certain strats. like the Grandmaster Ninja. He's good with monkey subs. He's good with the attack zone. And then apart from that, like, he's not one of my go-to towers for beating chimps modes or beating impossible modes. He's just a tower that I personally use to kind of mess around with. But for the simple fact that he does buff other towers, I am going to give him a little bit of a higher ranking than Admiral Breakout, simply because he does have some pretty good usefulness in all of the different game modes. Now we're going to move on to Gwendolyn. Gwen used to be absolutely OP, guys. Like, she used to go through beat round 100 deflation. Her Firestorm was absolutely amazing. On top of that, she also buffs other towers. But in the 22.2 or 22.2 update, I feel like Gwen kind of dropped off, and Gwen was more replaced by Riker Jones. Because Riker Jones used to be not so good, but ever since he got buffed, things kind of changed just a little bit. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and probably rank Gwen as the lowest tower in Bloons Tower Defense 6 right now, just because there aren't too many combos that it actually works well with. I do know that Gwen will give lead popping power to every single tower every 30 shots, but when you think about it, it's just not worth it, because Gwen can already pop leads. So the fact that you get her just to buff another tower to allow them to pop leads, guys, you could just buy a 200 Alk and it would do the same exact thing, if not better than Gwen, because the Alk will apply the acidic mixture dip just a little bit faster. Now let's move on to Oben. Now, as you guys may know from watching my channel for a while, Oben, in my opinion, is probably one of the best heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Not because he can pop lead right off the bat, not because his projectile will seek out balloons on the map, not because he buffs the druids, but because Oben will buff every single magic tower in Bloons Tower Defense 6. And before the Dartling Gunner was added, the magic towers were the go-to towers for the simple fact that they were the strongest towers in the game. But now that Riker Jones got his buff and the Dartling Gunner was introduced, both are really good options to go with. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give Oben an S tier, just because he is probably one of the best support heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Next hero we're going to take a look at is not Captain Churchill, but Riker Jones. Now, Riker Jones, probably one of the best heroes for the best meta right now, which of course is going to be the Moab Mauler spam. But when it comes down to it, Riker Jones just isn't a powerhouse in his own regards. Much similar to Fusty and Breakout, and even Oben in some cases. Riker Jones is more of a support tower opposed to actually doing a massive amount of damage himself. I do know when he gets to like level 19 and level 20, he does get very, very good at popping power. But from level 1 to level 10, he's just kind of a wimp. But that being said, Riker Jones does have the best meta in the 22.2 update right now. So I kind of feel obligated to give him an S-class rating, simply because of the Moab Mauler strat. Next hero we're going to take a look at is going to be Quincy. Now guys, Quincy is the first hero you get in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Quincy, in my opinion, is also probably one of the better heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6 as well. He can solo round 76. He can solo round 78 because he has two very, very strong abilities that have a really, really low cooldown. So that being said, Quincy, I gotta give him an S-class hero rating. Because Quincy is so cheap, you can afford him right off the bat. So, in my opinion, Quincy definitely deserves to be an S-class hero. Next hero we're going to look at is going to be Adora. Now, I don't know why everybody in Bloons Tower Defense 6 dislikes Adora. In my opinion, she is a very, very strong hero because, or especially since she got her newest update where you use her blood sacrifice and she gets more attack speed. On top of that, she buffs the Vengeful Sun God. So ever since the new update and the fact that she is a super, super strong tower to use, I'm going to give Adora probably, let's give her a B tier. I want to give her an A tier, but at the same time, I feel like she is one of the weaker heroes in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Alright guys, let's move on to Churchill. So I know in the past I've ranked Churchill a little bit lower because he's super expensive. I don't feel like he's the best tower in the game. But since I've been using Churchill a bit more over the past couple of weeks and months, I'm starting to like him more and more because although he's not that great until you get his machine gun, he is a very, very good tower to use in all game modes. So I'm going to go ahead and change my mind on where I believe Churchill belongs, and I'm going to go ahead and give him an S tier class rating for the simple fact that he is a very strong hero to use in Chimps mode. And yes, guys, I definitely changed my mind because before I had him in the A tier. I think I even had him down in like a B tier or a C tier before. But as of now, my mind was changed and Churchill definitely belongs in the S-class heroes. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. But anyways, guys, make sure you let me know in the comments below what did you guys thought of this tier list. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives. And I will see you guys in the next one.